Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel and I'm here with Scrapbook Circle's March Kit Happy Place. I'm here with some techniques for watercoloring the Amy Tangerine watercolor resist tags. I did a former video with a few techniques for watercoloring her watercolor resist tags, and I'll link to that here, but these are the new tags. So these are by Amy Tangerine and they are from her On a Whim collection, which is brand new from American Crafts. You can see they have gold foil on them, and then they also have a resist pattern in the background. That's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's there. The Chill has a pineapple. The Yes Please has a donut. That's a little bit easier to see on camera. And so these are pretty sturdy tags. They hold up to lots of different mediums. So I'm going to show you a few new ways, more ways than the last video, on how to watercolor these tags and have the resist pattern show up really beautifully. So the first technique is to use Tombow markers. These are the dual tipped markers. One side is kind of a fine point and the other side is a brush point. I also have a Prima water brush handy. And I'm working on a splat mat here because I'm going to color off the sides. I'm just going to go crazy scribbling some color on there. And you can kind of start to see the pattern emerge from the resist, but it will get even more vibrant and bright once we wipe away some of that pigment that has ended up on the donut. And this is a really easy, fun technique because it really is just kind of scribbling in lots of colors. I have pinks and purples, and I'm just throwing down a lot of pigment there. And then I'm coming in with my water brush and blending everything together a little bit. I still like some of the scribble effect that's going on there, but some of it is going to get blended out. And then adding the extra water on top of the donut is going to help me pick up that pigment when I go in with a little baby wipe and wipe away some of that color, especially on the resist pattern, and then kind of use it to blend a little bit more together. So that's one way to color these tags. The second way is another marker. These are the Zig Clean and Clear markers, and these are also water based, or they can be, mixed with water. They're watercolor markers. This technique I'm going to scribble directly onto my splat mat. I have some yellow, some peach, and some orange. Then I'm coming in with a distress sprayer and just getting the marker nice and wet so that I end up with some watercolor to smoosh onto my tag. And that gives you a much lighter effect than scribbling directly with the marker onto the tag itself, which I think is really pretty too. So it's just kind of what you're looking for, what effect you really like, and what's going to work on your layout or project or whatever you're going to be adding these tags to. So I thought it was almost too light, so I went in with some more marker direct to paper and just scribbled on top. It was very wet, so it still blended around really nicely. Now I'm coming in with my heat tool because I'm trying to decide if I do want to add some more color or if I like it just the way it is. You can start to see the pineapple resist pattern showing through, especially when I bring it closer to the camera. In person, this one is very pretty. It's a little harder to see on camera, unfortunately. But I did want some green mixed in for the stem, so I put some green down on the mat, and then I'm taking the Prima water brush again, mixing it with that yellow so it all blends really nicely together, and then picking it up, and now you can really see the pattern of the stem of the pineapple. And then I'm going to heat set it again so that it's really ready to add directly to my project. So that's the second way. The third way is to use distress inks, and I love using my distress inks. These are, again, water reactive. I also have a Spectrum Noir marker pen here that's got lots of shine to it and a little bit of color as well. You can see it's a light blue one. So I'm going to take a couple of blue distress inks, and I have my mini round foam blender there, and I'm just going to pick up some of the color and put it direct to the tag. This is the lightest blue that I own from Distress Inks, and I will link all the colors and stuff down below so that you'll know exactly what I was using. But this is just kind of the base. So I'm starting with my lightest color to figure out how much more intensity I want to add on top. And then I just can layer and layer and layer with these distress inks. They're so much fun to play with, and especially with resist and watercolor and different effects like that. So once I have kind of a base layer of a very light blue, I'm going to move on to something a little darker and add a little bit of teal to it. So I think I grabbed peacock feathers. Again, I'll link everything down below so you know exactly what I did use. And this has got much more intensity. You can see that I'm going to come in from the sides so that the edges of the tag are the darkest and the center stays kind of light, which I like a lot. I think that's really pretty. And now you can really see that pattern starting to shine through even in camera because the inks are not sticking to that resist down there. They don't stick to the foil either, which is really nice. So you have the gold foil and then you have the resist, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I love these tags. I think they're brilliant and they look great on cards, layouts, on other tags. They're just so much fun to play with. So I really liked this look, but I thought it would be really, really fun to see how the Spectrum Noir reacts with the Distress ink on top of the watercolor tag and really just brings in more vibrancy and even some shine. You'll be surprised how much shimmer and shine you can get from these markers. This is a new one that I haven't used yet, so I'm shaking it up really, really well. There's like kind of like that little metallic ball inside. Then you're going to take out this little green ring, and then you're gonna re-screw the cap back on. And you can see I struggle a little bit because I'm actually screwing with the cap, not the top of the pen. So once I take the cap off, then I can actually screw it together. Then there's a little spot that you can squeeze and start to activate the liquid into the brush. And once you get it onto your mat like that, then it's ready to go. So you can see there that it's just bringing in some really beautiful color. I just kind of bring it from the edges into the center again. I love the blending that goes on between the Distress inks and the Spectrum Noir, and just having some of the different colors, like the gradation of colors there. And then again, I'm just coming in with a baby wipe and wiping away on the white spots so that they really are vibrant and shine through, and just you can highlight that pattern of the leaves in the background. So that's a third way you can see all that shimmer and shine there. I think this might be my favorite way to add color to the Amy Tangerine watercolor tags that are found in this month's Scrapbook Circle kit. It's called Happy Place. I will link to that as well down below. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a great day.